This is one of the most stylish skirts I've made recently. It has a longer front, dramatic sides, and these beautiful ring details that give it a very bold and trendy look. And guess what? I created this entire skirt using two different African prints. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how I made it, from cutting the fabric to attaching the rings and the loops at the sides. So if you love unique skirt designs that stand out, keep watching because I'm breaking everything down step by step. With all that being said, let's get started. You need to have all your sewing materials assembled, which includes your straight ruler and your curve ruler, your marker, your pencil, your scissors, and your measuring tape. Then I have this ring, which is 4 in total. 2 will be going for each side of the skirt. Then the next you need is at least 1.5 yard of two different African print fabric, and you can see mine right here on the camera. I'll take this aside so that I can start working on my pattern. So to save time, I already drafted the skirt pattern off camera. And the first line I have at the top part of this my pattern is my waistline. The second line I have right there is my hip line. But before inserting all my vertical measurements, I subtracted 1.5 inches, which would be for my band. Then I got my hip line. From my hip line, I marked 1.5 inches below for a perfect contour. Still placing my 1.5 inches on my waistline. Remember I said I'm subtracting it from everything I have right here. I got the full length of my skirt, which is 35 inches. I also inserted on my body measurement and added 1.5 inches for my sewing allowance. So this particular skirt here, I folded in 1 inch, which is going to be for my zipper allowance, as you can see it labeled right there. Reason is because I want to economize my pattern paper, and it's actually good to learn how to do that, okay? So I'll come to the sides of my skirt pattern, and I'll be marking 4 inches on the waist area inward from the sides. On the hem of my pattern, I'll be marking 4.5 inches because the lower part is slightly wider than the waist area. Then I'll be connecting these 2 points together right now into a straight line. So now I'll be slashing this on that line that connects from the waist all the way to the base of my pattern paper. Then I label this my center front and the side front. I'll keep the center front of my pattern aside so that I can work on the side front to determine how short I want it to be. So right now I'm marking the length of the side front at 19.5 inches right there, and I connected this into a straight line. Then I'll proceed to use my scissors to cut this off. So now the side of my skirt will be 19.5 inches long and the center front will be 37 inches long. I'll be cutting this out now on my fabric. I folded this my African print into two, and I went on ahead to pin my center front pattern on it. Then on this side, on this part I'm cutting right here, I left half of an inch for my joining allowance. Now for the side front, for the base I left 1 inch. For the size I cut exactly what I have because I already did that while I was drafting. Then for this other straight part I left half of an inch for joining, and that is it for the side front and the center front of my skirt. We are done now with the drafting and cutting of the front part of the skirt, so I'm just simply going to be removing my pattern paper. Then on the center front I'll come down by at least 1 inch on that waistline and then connect this way and cut it out as well. So this helps eliminate the puffy or excess fabric we have around the hip area in front. So that is basically it, and I went on ahead to notch the upper part of this my center front so that I can easily differentiate it from the lower part, because at this point they're both looking alike. So that is it for the front part. Now I'm going to be working for the back part of the skirt. To work for the back part of the skirt, I had to bring out that 1 inch zipper allowance I folded earlier. Then on the waistline, I marked half of an inch away from my zipper line, and I marked 5 inches below. Then from that 5 inches, I also marked 8 inches right here, as you can see. I'll get my curve rule now. Then from this half an inch on my waist, I'll connect it into this 5 inches. Under my 8 inches, I'll also come out by half of an inch and reconnect this into that 5 inches. Then from this half inch right here, I'll connect it all the way straight down to the ends of my pattern paper. My day one subscribers are already used to this particular method. It gives the illusion of a bigger curve at your butt area, and it is called a butt curve. I transferred everything I cut out from my pattern paper to my fabric. Now for the sides, I made sure that my lining is at least 1 inch shorter than my fabric. Same thing I did for the center front as well. I'm removing my lining piece now to work on my main fabric. For the center front, I went on ahead to open this up like this. Remember, we are cutting out on fold. Then I'll get the sides, and I'm going to be placing it right side facing the center front on this part that half of an inch was added while I was cutting out on my fabric. Now after pinning this like this, I'll get my measuring tape and mark half of an inch from the top part of my waist to where the sides of my skirt stop, and that is how I'll be joining this together. Then for the back part of my skirt, you are supposed to be having two pieces of the center back, just as mine is right here. So I'll get one part of the side like this on this straight part. So after joining, it's supposed to look something like this. Then I'm going to place them right side facing each other as well. Please be careful enough not to actually stitch the sides to the parts where your zipper is supposed to be faced. So I'm also going to be doing the same thing for the both sides. And then you need a rope that is at least 2 inches wide. You'll be folding in the two rough edges like this, and now fold it again and stitch this down to form a rope. Now I'm done stitching all the pieces I have right here, and make sure to iron your seam open. It is very important. Cut off all unnecessary threads right here, and this is what mine looks like. Now I flip this now to the right side. I'm going to be working on the loops. For my loop, I'll make sure that it is at least 6 inches long. So and I will now cut this out. 6 inches long is okay because this dress does not have any opening at the center back, and the side is just the parts that will give us the ease or allowance to work. Okay, so I'll be having 8 pieces of these loops right here, and the next thing now is that I'll be fixing this now to the front part of my skirt first. So from this part here, I'll be measuring at least 3 inches for the first loop. 3 inches is okay. Then I'll get my loop, I'll fold it into two, I'll place it like this and now pin this. Make sure that your loop is sitting on top of your fabric. Then for the second one, I mark 3.5 inches away from the first loop, and I'll also go on ahead to place it like this on top of my fabric and also pin as well. I'll repeat the same thing for the other side, ensuring that the measurements I'm taking at both sides are corresponding perfectly. Don't also forget to join your lining piece exactly the same way you joined your fabric, and you can see my right here. Right side of my lining facing the right side of my fabric. I'll drag my lining down to the hem of my fabric and now pin this. After pinning, I'm going to be joining this together using just 1 inch. So because we reduce 1 inch from our lining piece, the upper part is not going to align by the time you do this. So all you have to do after stitching the base is just to drag your lining up. Just watch what I'm doing. For this side here, we're going to join like this down using half of an inch. Then when we get to the sides, I'll also join using half of an inch, just like this. I hope you can see what I'm doing right here. The same thing for the other side. On the sides here is half of an inch. When we come here, we join using half of an inch as well. Then when after joining, I'm going to be pulling or pushing my lining upward so that it can align with the waist area of my skirt. You can see. Then after that, I'll join the sides using just 1/4 of an inch. So on my sewing machine now, I've joined the base, that's the longer part, the center front. I've joined it together using just 1 inch. So now is remaining this other part, which I'll be joining using just half of an inch. So now I'm very close to the sides, which is the shorter part. I'm going to be flipping my skirt this way and now continue joining using half of an inch. Just pay proper attention. So that is it. Now you can see. So the next is to arrange the sides. I'll pull my lining up so it can align on the waist. Then when I do that, that is when I'll now join the sides using just quarter of an inch. So you see on the waist now, my fabric and my lining now aligns properly. That is how you also go about yours as well. So when I must have done this now, I'm going to be doing this for all the sides, including the back part of my skirts. I'm done with this now. On this particular part, you have to trim off the excess you have and also notch so that that part can relax properly by the time you wear or put on this particular skirt, which is what I'm doing right here now. After cutting off and also notching, I'm going to be flipping this my skirt now to the right side. And when I flip it to the right side, I will give this a very good press, ensuring that all the hidden corners are properly brought out. So this is what it looks like after ironing. You can see how neat it looks, and you can see my loops are perfectly sewn neatly. This is for the back part as well. So I'm going to be placing them right sides facing each other like this. So you see everything aligns, the loop and everything aligns. So after placing this right side facing each other, I'm go ahead and pin. So remember that the sewing allowance I gave to this was 1.5 inches, but because I already used quarter of an inch to join the sides of my fabric and my lining together, in order to avoid this dress being so tight on me, I'm going to be joining now using 1 inch and quarter instead of 1.5 inches. Is that clear? I'll be doing this for the two sides of this my skirt. When I'm done with that, this is what I have. Now the only part we have open is the center back, and that is what we are going to be working on right now. For the center back, we are going to be bringing this our skirt right side facing each other on the zipper area and pinning this together as well. Now from the top part of my waist area, I'll be determining where I want my zipper to start or stop, sorry. Then I want it at 9 inches. I marked 9 inches. Then from that 9 inches, I'm going to be stitching this down to the end like this, using just half of an inch. When you're done doing that, go on ahead and measure the waist area of your skirt as I'm doing right here, and mine is 33 inches. I cut out this long piece which will be enough to go around my waist, and it is 2.5 inches wide. Right side of this long piece now, this is serving as my band, facing the right side of the waist of my skirt. For a more detailed tutorial on how to fix your invisible zipper neatly to your waistband, please, the link will be in the description box, and also on the screen is a thumbnail to that particular tutorial. It is detailed, so I didn't want this tutorial to be very long. That is why I had to just do that separate video. It has been on my channel for quite some time, and trust me that it is 100% beginners friendly, and you understand everything 100%. After pinning this my band all around my skirt, I'll go on ahead now to mark half of an inch, and that is what I'll use to stitch this all around. For the remaining parts, did it behind the camera because I already have a separate tutorial on this, which is very detailed. Now watch closely the waist area of this my skirt and attest if this is not neat, or if this is not giving, this is giving a professional finishing. So I'm yet to even stitch the base of my skirt, but you can see how neat it appears so far with my zipper properly covered. So that is it. Don't forget to watch the tutorial. Back to this other side, which is the fixing of the ring part. Now, because we already stitch our loops, fixing of this ring is not going to be so easy if you don't go on ahead to separate them. So when you go on ahead and stretch that opening part that is slightly tight, go on ahead and fix your loop like this. So the problem is that after stretching this particular ring, it might not really close very well. So I just had to apply more pressure in making sure that it closes properly. So this is all I did for the both sides of my skirt, and at the end of the day, this is how mine came out. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate your time. Hope you found this story helpful. Would you be recreating this same style? If yes, please indicate in the comment section. I would like to see your end result. So some other time, I'll see you all on the same channel. Bye.